But yeah, look forward to taking a deep dive into habit number 2, which of course make a new contact a day. Give you some examples, and of course here for this live, definitely pull up that Q&A tab. But hey, let's get into it right away. In the poll, I asked. Let's go and put this slide up. All right, cool. Asked, did you schedule in your personal development for the next couple weeks? And an even, well, now it messed up. Okay, so 81% said yes, and of course 19% said not yet. Don't worry about it. No big deal. Here's the best part. No matter what time it is, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, you can always do it. Just schedule it in. Schedule in for the next couple of days. If that time frame doesn't work for you, no big deal. And guess what? After 2-3 weeks, could be one day, you get addicted, you don't have to schedule it in anymore. But as we know, life happens. We don't have to be perfect. It's all about what can we do today. And what we can do today is pretty much scheduling that personal development. I went ahead and put a second poll in, and I asked, habit number 2, did you start your day off with gratitude? Of course, it's part of habit number 1. I was reading the poll. Shouldn't have done that. That's all right. See, everybody, you don't have to be perfect to build this business. All right. Habit number 2, did you start your day off with gratitude? I'll give you just a couple more seconds. And all right, there we go. Let's go ahead and end it up here. 69% said yes, and 31% said no. Pretty simple. Just schedule it all in. No big deal. You don't have to worry about, I forgot. Well, guess what? It's a new habit. Schedule it in. You could, whatever time you wake up, put it in the reminder, or what I use my phone, your calendar, your day at a glance, whatever works best for you. Just go ahead and plug it in. Start your day off with gratitude. It could be one thing, it could be 3 things. You could be on a rabbit trail of a lot of things. The best part is it just definitely changes how your outlook on your day. Is it mind-blowing? Is it new? Is it crazy? Groundbreaking information? Absolutely not. But it definitely makes a huge difference. All right, let's get into the next poll really quick, and go ahead and put the slide up for this one. On average, how many contacts do you create per week? And again, yes, I know the majority of people are on the replay. Don't worry. Feel free to type these in, write these in. More importantly, implement the information. All right, so we are all over the place here, but the majority right now is showing 1 to 5 per week. So we had 73% said they create 1 to 5 contacts per week. 9% said 0. And an even 18% said 6. The goal is 6 or more. But if we put some skills into action and we'll make 1 new contact per week, well, that's 52 more contacts than we had at the beginning of the year or the fiscal year. So the goal is, yes, 1 new contact per week, but anything is an improvement from 0 or can be an improvement from your current results. So I want to give you some things that you could use right away. Of course, the goal would be 300 contacts a day. Nobody's perfect. Some people are. I'm not one of them. And it's not about perfection. It's all about what can we do right away. The first thing we have to do is we have to get rid of some of those old programs. And I know the Q&A is popping off. Don't worry. Any time you have a question, just go and type it in the Q&A. I will definitely get to it here at about the 20-minute mark. But we have to get rid of some of the old programs in our mind. So when we're growing up, what do our parents tell us? Well, don't talk to strangers. Be careful. Be careful of new friends and everything else like that. And I grew up in the age of when the internet wasn't around, and now it is around, obviously. And the big thing they said is, oh, don't meet strangers on the internet. And now what do we have? We have apps where people are meeting dates and future spouses on apps via the internet. Uber is a perfect example. We are getting into strangers' cars that we've never met before, that we've met on the internet, that know where we live sometimes because they pick us up from home and take us to the airport, knowing full well that we're going to be gone out of town. They could easily rob our house. But it's just, it's a mindset shift that we say, it's okay to meet new people. And it's okay to not have an agenda when we meet new people. And of course, we're going to have to meet some new people offline, online, in our business, it's all about what can we do that's comfortable for us. And yes, we have to push our comfort zone a little bit, but we have to find something, number one, right now that's within our skill set and that fits into our daily method of operation. So if there's certain things you do every day, you commute, you go to work, you go to school, you take your kids to school, whatever it is, there are contacts that we have every single day that if we just make new contacts, make new friends, get their contact information, or throughout our day that we meet people on a regular basis, what can we do to create a little bit more rapport in our business? That doesn't mean set an appointment. That doesn't mean, let's get a presentation. That doesn't mean, let's get them in. It's all about how can we make new contacts. So I'll just go ahead and answer the first person that types in here is, what is your preferred method of creating new contacts? If you type in kind of like a very specific method, I could probably just give you a really quick tip. And here's the best part. The quick tip will pretty much be the same for everybody here. Okay. Okay. Well, let me take the first one. Okay. There we go. First one is throughout my day, I go to coffee shops, that I go to lunch places I typically go to, etc. Excellent. Best part is these are people that are what I call paid to talk to you. And I talk about this a lot on the podcast as well. People that are paid to talk to you, they're the easiest people to talk to. That doesn't mean bring up our business and interrupt their flow of making money. No, absolutely not. But it's easy when people are paid to talk to you. Those are the easiest people to talk to. The big thing is asking the right questions. Bringing up, there's a whole episode on indirect questions. I believe it's like episode 9 or 10, or I'll share the resources in the recap email as things are coming up into my mind. Asking the right questions is so easy because everybody can ask questions. Is it easier to, in the Q&A, type this in, is it easier to get a perfect presentation, impress people, do the right sort of pacing, do the right sort of posturing, or is it easier just to ask questions that are open-ended? Questions, open-ended questions. Absolutely. Why? Well, that's just life. That's just how it is. I find it easier. Some people find it easier to do statements. Most people will say that just asking questions is so much easier. Why? Because number one, we don't have to really figure out what to say. We just have to ask a question. Number two, do people like listeners or do people like talkers? People like listeners. There's whole professions of people that are professional listeners that make six figures. They're called therapists and coaches and things like that. And guess what? We can do the exact same thing without a degree. And it's all about listening and, of course, solving problems. So yeah, I know the Q&A is just flooded right now. Appreciate everyone being on. I'll definitely answer these at the end. So yeah, a lot of listeners. Excellent. So here's the best thing. Yes. The best part about asking questions is it's less rejection. And it depends on the question that you asked. So if you ask like, would you be open to, would you be interested in? It's obviously an automatic no for most people unless you have a lot of rapport. But if you ask questions like, oh, I'm just curious, you start with these magic sequence of words we've talked about for decades, and it opens up their mind. I'm just curious. Do you know anybody? What are we asking? An indirect question. And I'll go through the formula coming up. But it's all about the very beginning of the question. It makes a huge difference to make new contacts. And the big thing is we have to know what our intention is. Are we there to get an appointment? Are we there to get a sale? Or are we there to make new contacts? Or are we just there to spread happiness? Are we there to create conversations? Because most people are on their phones all the time. The people, every time I go to the grocery store, I purposely look at other checkout lines, and I realize that it's about 1 out of 4 people that are on the checkout line that are getting their groceries, scanned and bagged and everything. At least 1 out of 4. Sometimes it's 1 out of 5. Sometimes it's 1 out of 2 are on their phone. They're not engaging the cashier in conversation. Yes, I know they're working, but they're not even like acknowledging them. They're not, if they ask how your day, they don't ask how their day is back. And it's the craziest thing. And you see that if you get on, when I travel, I take a lot of public transportation. If I don't have a bus, or don't have a car. So, a lot of times, or, if you go to like DC, they have a really nice metro or subway station. I'm not sure what they call it. And you realize most people are on their phones, scrolling down, looking away, not making conversations. So people are starved for conversations. They've been so enacted of not, people just don't have the right social skills anymore. It's going lower, which is a good thing, because if we have just some social skills and some of the right questions, we can create conversations, and it makes a huge difference in the world. So if your intention is just to make a new smile, just to make a new, just create conversations, it's easier than it is all about my intention is to get a sale because I need the money and I need to get a new prospect. We just have to spread kindness and things will happen. Perfect example. I'm on the Zoom, let's say between live and a replay. Let's use round numbers. Let's say 1,000 people watch and not one person buys the book for a whopping $12.95. I'm okay, right? Because indirectly or somewhere down the line, someone's going to buy the book, or someone's going to go to a masterclass, or someone's going to hire me for an event, or someone's going to watch this and going to tell the company owner, you need to, have him come to our next event, or whatever. Like if you just give value into the world, things will come back. It's just the laws of the universe, and there's so many different ways we can go with this. It's just how it is. If our intention is just to go out there, no personal intention about our business, it all works out. I can't explain why it is. It just is. And if we go out with everybody there's two ways to look at it. When I do trainings, I always say, are prospects negative or prospects positive? And the majority of people will say prospects are negative. And I go, well, that's strange, because the 25% of the people that said prospects are positive, what's the difference? Well, if we go out with the attitude of, oh, everybody's negative, nobody wants to spend any money, nobody wants to join, well, then we're going to attract, and I'm trying not to get too woo-woo here, but we're going to attract people that are negative, that will use price as an objection, that we can't overcome their objection. But if we go, everybody's a wonderful person, timing just may not be right for them, then we go out with the, hey, and we become a little bit more positive in the world. So here's a couple of things everybody could do right away. Let's get into it. Number one, you have any sort of social media app, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, type in yes into the Q&A. It's kind of rhetorical. And if not, no big deal. This is just one example that everybody could do. There are a lot of what they call Facebook groups. You can type, there's an icon for groups. You just type in groups. There's a lot of groups within your area. So you can type in, it's very Google-ish. So whatever your hobby is, whatever your interest is, not just business, but just whatever you enjoy doing when you're not at work, when you're not doing your business, what do you enjoy? Type in your hobby, type in your location, and normally does geolocation anyways, but it's going to pull up a lot of different Facebook groups. There's a lot of different activities where you can meet new friends. You can get your word out there. Networking groups are okay, but it's easier when it's more of a social group, when people don't have some networking groups. And I think I talked about this, I forgot which podcast episode I was interviewing, but people just have their fangs out and they're ready to bite. But those are some good ways where you can create new contacts, go to events. Now, some of these groups are all online, easier. They have Zoom meetings. I know we're using the webinar platform for these Zooms, but there are Zoom meetings. You can add people to your friend list, people that have mutual friends. They have, just by doing searches, these platforms want you on their platform. Now, of course, we have to mind how much time we spend on it, but just a simple, once you friend request them back, hey, I noticed you work for XYZ company. I'm just curious, what do you do? We've opened up a new conversation. if whether they reply to us or not, we just keep adding those. Of course, if they ask what we do, we have something for them. If not, just go to the 4 core skills or go to the icebreakers episode in the podcast episode. How many happy birthday messages I get is astronomical. As you know, people they make it so easy to type in happy birthday. But as we know, it's so much easier to ask questions. So send them a message, a private message, a DM. Ask what they plan on doing on their special day. Ask how they're going to celebrate it. Ask a specific question that you know. Like if you know that kids here are able to see your kids on your special day, what do you guys plan on doing as a family? Asking those questions will set you apart from all the noise of happy birthday emoji. Not that that's bad, but we want to stand out. That's simple things every single person can do right away. And for the people that are paid to talk to us, so the people that we meet in person, for the people that, simple example, went out to eat yesterday, both because we had multiple people that were helping us out. Both people were extremely happy because we engaged them in conversation. Yes, they were busy. They were slammed because of the event that was taking place 5 minutes away that we went to as well. Setting yourself up apart, like, hey, how's your day going? Hey, is it crazy busy all the time every Monday? Those things will set you apart. And you can open the follow-up with, I'm just curious, do you know anybody that, and of course, what can we all offer with them? Do you know anybody that is looking for an extra income without an extra hours at their job? Do you know anybody that is stressed out all the time? Do you know anybody that, again, what do we have to offer? Do you know anybody that, I'm just curious, do you know anybody that has a high cell phone bill? And of course, we're asking indirect questions and what's happening. Most of the time, it's about them, but we're not being pushy about it. I'm just curious, do you know anybody that's having a hard time saving for your retirement? Do you know anybody like those open-ended questions are so easy to do. Now, if you want to be super laid back about it, here's one option. I'm just curious, do you know anybody that insert your benefit, type in your benefit, and we could fit it right in. I guarantee you. Health and wellness. Okay. So it's whatever it does. I'm just curious, you know anybody that is stressed out all the time, that is low on energy, that has a hard time sleeping? If so, can you please recommend me? Simple, easy. Of course, you have to have a little bit more rapport, but you kind of get the idea of opening up these conversations. So type in your, I got to get to the Q&A here really quick. Any other benefits? Yeah. Do you know anybody that has a hard time saving money? Easy. Rhetorical questions. Absolutely easy. So these are just some of the things, but the big thing is we have to have the intention of we just want to give. And by giving more value, things come back to you in the long run. It's just, if you go at it with that attitude, more will come back. Guarantee it. It's the craziest thing. It's not really weird, magical things. It's just how it is. Proactive tip for today pretty much is, I've noticed there has been a big influx of negativity. So I have to unfollow and mute and do so much with people, just because people like drama and people are addicted to drama. That's why when we see a car accident, we have to look. It's rubbernecking. So with the explosion of new drama, and it's not just, I hate to use the term politics, but it's not just politics and policies. It's all sorts of drama. People just are addicted to drama, which is crazy. If you just ignore that, mute it out, unfollow, don't worry, you could always search people later. It makes a huge energy shift in your life. All right, so let's get into the questions really quick. That is the 3 Easy Habits book. Most people already have the book. If you don't want to buy the book, you can listen to the podcast episodes. They're probably in the teens or the 20s, but you just go to the podcast page and it's on there. So, all right, we have the replay. The replays from yesterday, today, and tomorrow will be sent out on, that would be Thursday, and with all the resources. as well. Someone asked, and see where it is. The episode on gratitude, where did it go? It is episode number 56. That is one of them. There's a couple of them, but 56, most people can listen to that one as well. All right, let's see what else we have. Some people, coffees and convenience stores. Absolutely. People at convenience stores are paid to talk to you. Easy. Networking meetings. Yeah, absolutely. I tend to joke about networking groups because some of them, their fangs are out, but some people are specifically trained. And you know what? It's the episode that's coming out on Thursday that we're talking about networking groups. I'm pretty sure. So you could view that one. And it's really, if you want to set yourself apart from the noise, most people, when they go to networking groups, they introduce themselves, they hand out their business card, and then they ask what people do, or they ask what people do really quick, and they're easily quick out to give out their business card. There's so many things you can do differently. Number one, ask more questions, but also the gentleman that I interviewed was talking about business cards. He has like a trifold business card that turns into a box. At one time, I jokingly at a live event said, if you're going to give out the business card, give it to him upside down. Say, I printed my business card upside down. So just turn it right side up. So like it's set it apart. And there's so many things you could say, print it upside down. So they gave me the cards for free. You could give it to them upside down or blank side up. Say, they only printed on the back side. So the front side's blank. I mean, there's business cards. They did them for $100 bills. I did these $1 million bills where you can actually customize them and print them on there. So many things. Just set yourself apart from the noise. All right. Don't know how to make contacts for now. Okay, so if you want some additional ideas, we have the episode on the 3 easy habits, but also realize how many people that you see on a regular basis. Think about this. How many people do you say at least one word to on a regular basis? Is it 5 people? Is it 20 people? Think about that. And every time you say one word, think about how could I give value to this person's day? How could I ask a question? I'm not bringing my business, but think about this. And then some people, I get it. You work at home. You may only go out to run errands, but I guarantee you, most people will talk to at least, on average, 5+ people per day. Easy. Some people, it's like 50. And you're like, okay, how can I give value? All right, let's see here. Wow. I need to find a better way to to Q&As because there's so much here. Yes. I don't want to promote masterclass, but yes, we do have the masterclass tomorrow. I could talk about it a little bit tomorrow, but the masterclass pretty much is we do a different topic. Sometimes part 1 and part 2, we do a different topic every day to help master 25 skills for the business. And, everything, objections, the 4 core skills, color personalities, you name it. Those classes are 45 minutes. We do homework, etc. But thanks for the selfless plug. Appreciate that. All right. Okay. So part 3, we will be talking about promoting events now. If you don't have a team, you're just getting started. It's all about promoting an event to yourself, give you some tips, tricks, etc. If you'd like to have a good resource and ask questions, of course, there's no spamming, no promotion, anything else like that. You can go to the Network Marketing Questions Facebook group page. I tend not to bring that up as much because there's so many other resources that we have. But I know a lot of people are on social media, especially Facebook. If you just type in Network Marketing Questions, it should pull up the group page. And of course, the search function's amazing on that as well. Or you can ask the questions like, hey, I work with XYZ type of industry, whether it's whatever the big segment is. These are my ideas to create new habits. These are my ideas to create new contacts. What else do you recommend? And you'll be surprised how many people will just type in some really good ideas that have worked for them. It's all about abundance. Nobody likes to gatekeep their ideas. There's billions of people here in the world. We're good. All right. So terrific. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. I know I went a little bit over time. Look forward to connecting with everybody tomorrow for part number 3. Also, the people on the masterclass. Also, we have a really cool interview coming out on Thursday on the podcast. So definitely check that out, and we'll catch everybody tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thanks again.